Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sun Up on 7. Thank you so much for staying with us during the entire show. We appreciate your time. And wherever you're watching us from, we want to say thanks once more. It's time for another big conversation here, and we're having this talk with Belize Coast Guard Lieutenant Commander Alma Pinelo on her recent award that she received from the U.S. Embassy. So we're excited to hear about her, how she feels about that award and what it means for other women as well. So, Commander Alma Pinelo, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you feeling today?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm feeling great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking time to join us on the couch. And let's hear more about you and how you feel about this duly deserved recognition that you received. Ren.
Well, for sure, I feel truly honored.
Did you expect the award?
I didn't. I was prepping to. I'm actually here in Taiwan, as you can see through my window. It's at night. I was prepping to come here when I got a WhatsApp message from Miss Shadel Young from the U.S. Embassy, giving me these news that they're planning on nominating me for this year's Outstanding Women's Awards, and I honestly didn't even know they could do that. So I was really floored. With emotion, I wasn't expecting it. I do things because of the passion I have for it in my field of work, and I really wasn't expecting it.
Wow.
I love how you're like, I didn't even know they could do that.
Yes.
It shows a genuine, innocence of you not knowing, but truly deserving this. And I really appreciate you saying that you do things for the passion, because sometimes people do look out for recognition for what they're doing. And it's great to see that, you're just doing it for the love of doing it. So on that same note, could you explain to us, your journey, your legacy, so people could understand why you're so deserving of this award? So when did it become a thing that you wanted to be a Navy commander? Like, how did the whole idea of get into the Navy? Because many people, as much as you're trying to get it into their head that it's for men and women, some people look at it and that's a male-dominated thing. I don't want to get into that. Why did you think that this was a path for you? And tell us a little bit about your journey.
Okay. So I was in sixth form at the time. I went to SJC. And, in that first year, you start kind of wondering, okay, so what's next? And I was staying with my aunt and my uncle. And my uncle was a lieutenant colonel. He's retired now, but at the time he was active duty in the BDF as a medical doctor there. And he started kind of planting the seed, so to speak, about the idea if it's something that I should try out.
Okay, we're having some technical.
I think we're having
some. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you we had a slight minor technical difficulty.
Yeah,
but
the Wi-Fi here is a little unstable. I'm sorry about that.
That's totally fine. You're across the world.
Yeah, so I did an officer cadet selection board really on a whim, just kind of taking a risk. I would call it that because it was totally out of the norm for me. At the time, I was 17, 18.
Okay.
And everyone was like, that is totally not you. So at the time, of course, it was something totally foreign. I didn't even know Belize had a Coast Guard then. This was 2008.
Okay.
So the Coast Guard was just forming. I had no idea Belize even had one at the time. So it was just kind of a risk that I took. And I was accepted to the United States Coast Guard Academy, and I went there in 2009. And I graduated 2013, and I came back to Belize, and that's when my career as an officer started. Now in the Coast Guard was total difference. I went to the States for 4 years and kind of had a shock there, but I got used to it. And then I came back to Belize and had another shock in the sense that everything was different. There was less women. The Coast Guard Academy at the time, I think we were about maybe 10 or 12% women. Coming back to the Coast Guard, where I saw less than 50 women around me. There were no female officers at the time. I was the only one. So that was definitely a shocker for me. So kind of wading in those waters was definitely something new. It was a leadership challenge for me. I'm normally a little more on the passive side. I'm an introvert and I like to kind of keep to myself, but being an officer has definitely taught me to be a little more extroverted and try to do things a little more on the forefront. But that's kind of where this whole passion for women empowerment began, because there was none. The the Coast Guard, when I was there as a very junior, lieutenant junior grade, had about maybe 25 to 30 women. So it was definitely something that I wanted to see different. And just de facto, because I was the only woman, I was given some opportunities to do gender perspective seminars or other things linked to this topic. But I took it as my purpose to sort of use it more than just attending a conference, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Oh, definitely does.
And thank you for sharing that with us. It really is motivating to hear, like how it was when you started being at the Coast Guard to like how it is now. Population of women has increased. I also want to take the opportunity to get to know you a bit more. So tell us, you're a commander lieutenant. I'm thinking, what does a commander lieutenant do? So can you share that with us, what it is like your life at the Belize Coast Guard?
Okay, I'm a lieutenant commander.
Okay.
Flip it around.
Flipping the word, sorry.
Flip it.
Dyslexia took me for a minute there.
I am the substantive fleet commander. So prior to coming to Taiwan, I was the fleet commander. So day to day, I was in charge of a unit, which we call the fleet, which is really an operating body of the Coast Guard. We are the Coast Guard. We are about 85% or more of the total personnel of Coast Guard. We are the ones that do all the operating. We do training, administration. The men and women that are in the fleet are always deployed or at home or training.
Okay.
The pandemic has been very hard for us in terms of training. So they've been going back-to-back deployments since COVID started, really, and finding time when we can and when it's not, when we didn't have waves of COVID, to be able to do promotional courses so that the men and women don't lose that opportunity to continue thriving in their own careers.
Okay.
So that's definitely been a challenge. But I do a little bit of everything. But it's definitely never boring.
All right, thank you for that.
So, Lieutenant Commander, I'm saying it correct for Kevin's sake.
Correct.
What do you think is your favorite part about being in the Belize Coast Guard? What do you think? Because, from 18, 17 to now, you spend so much years, you've learned so much, you've had your shocks back and forth and everything, but you've made your impact. But what can you say has been something that has been your favorite part, that you're like, this is why this is my career, I love it so much, I am happy to be here?
Definitely, I think one of the more, I would say, favorite, and for me, what makes me stay is the fact that I've learned so much and the people really do make things better. And it sounds really cliche, but we have a very special group of people in the Coast Guard. And I think that in being able to nurture those relationships and be able to actually foster change is something that I think has been my favorite part, if you could call it that.
Okay.
Networking is definitely one of those things that I could, on this side of the world, yes, I do have one friend in the Coast Guard Police here in Taiwan. That whole networking aspect, that I could say that through my short tenure in the Coast Guard so far, that I've made friends from all over the world. When there's things that I need help with, maybe something bilateral or trilateral, I can pick up my phone and call somebody, and they can help me and give me insight on their country's Navy or their country's Coast Guard. So that's definitely has made the career a lot more fruitful in that sense, that you could talk to anybody across the world and you could get insights and help you and them do their jobs better.
Love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that, and congrats once more on your award as Outstanding Woman of the Year for 2022. That's big. That's major. So
And it's
congratulations
fitting.
once
It's
more.
very
That-
fitting.
Yeah.
I know getting to know you more, understanding the passion, seeing, how far you have come. Like you mentioned, there's so much growth and also there's support too as well. And you too seeing the challenges can be able to support other women and allow them to have that safe place, to have that chance to strive as much as possible because you're setting the barriers and you're breaking barriers too as well. So women know that we can do it. We are just as capable, competent, and we are here to show out.
Definitely.
So thank you so much,
Right.
Lieutenant Commander, for being here. As we're wrapping up, is there any final words you want to just give to our viewers at home? I know you're about to go sleep because it's like almost 10 o'clock over there.
It is. It's almost 10. Well, you said something, a very keen word there, which is safe. And that's something that I've always been trying to ensure that we create safe and secure environments for women in security. It is not something that you'll just wake up and say, oh, I want to be in the Coast Guard today or I want to be BDF today. But it is a place for women. Belize's population is 53% women. So we need to make the playing field exactly that so that women be able to have and be able to nurture their strengths and even make their weaknesses better and be able to want to see security as a career possibility. Women give perspectives into security that maybe a man wouldn't, just based off of the way that we grew up. Our values may be different. We think outside the box, or it's just a different perspective, and that's that diversity of gender, diversity of thought that is important in security. So to all those young women and even young men looking out there or hearing this morning that it is just like Councillor Gooden was saying about the possibility of, doing things outside of politics. Women are deserving in every field. So I think that that was definitely one of the more heartwarming things for me, that the U.S. Embassy has seen how much I have strived to make that environment better for women, and I will keep doing it as much as I can. And so I would just like to thank them again for that recognition. It's always nice to get recognized for something that is not even somebody who's not even in my chain of command. So that was definitely very special for me, and to the Belize Coast Guard to keep doing what they're doing.
Awesome.
Love it.
I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much. And you continue doing what you're doing. We are so proud and supportive of you and everything that you stand for.
Yes. Congrats once more. That's a
Thank
funny
you.
thing. You never realize when people are noticing the things that you're doing.
Yep.
You're doing it things
just
because
doing
of
you,
love,
and
because
people
you're
are
into
seeing.
it, but people observe you. So you're a role model for a lot of women out there. Lieutenant Commander. Is that
You got
right?
it correct now? I'm proud of you.
Yes.
I'm proud. And so with that, we go to our next commercial break. But when we are back, we're going to be talking to the first place winner of the BL Junior Cross Country Cycling Classic. That is a lot of words, but we're going to be able to sum it down and be able to talk to our first place winner. Stay tuned for his accomplishments and his highlight. We'll be right back.